So, bottom line, the message that I heard from God is you don't always have to be strong, you don't always have to act like it doesn't hurt you or bother you, especially when things are nasty. Okay, especially when the ways that you have felt those, you can say, things that have been done to you by other people were intense. And it's not because you have a lot of depth or you are a very intense person. Please do not label yourself as that, especially if you are a very empathetic person. You are an empath, and you not just feel your own pain, but you feel when the people, other people suffer and you see them going through that pain, you also feel that pain. So it's not the same for you, it, yeah, you are what you have, that quality in you that is different and that is rare. So don't let your empathy kill you, okay? Just because you understand the trauma, the pain behind someone's actions does not mean that you need to excuse their behavior. You need to, you know, mm, call them back again in your life. You don't need to go back to them again. You can forgive for your own peace of mind, okay? Not to forgiving is not just for that person, okay? And when you learn to forgive yourself, first of all, because you didn't deserve it, okay? Whatever has happened to you, any kind of hurt, betrayal, trauma, those incidents in your childhood, you did not deserve to be treated that way, and it does not make your pain go away. Now that you are an adult, it especially feels even more deeply painful and deeply hurting and deeply traumatizing, So I was, God's message was, you once were a kid, remember that? And you can still be a kid. You can still have that childlike innocence, joy, fun, rest, play, create, okay? Put that energy that has been, stored inside your body, because the body never really forgets, okay? The body keeps the score. Even if you have forgotten, like mentally, you might have forgotten for a while or for a few years or whatever, but your body holds that, holds that memory of how traumatizing that experience was. So your body does not forget how it felt, and if it felt unsafe, unheard, misunderstood, because as a kid, you are not supposed to know what's right or what's wrong, okay? And if you mess up, it's not your fault. It's okay to mess up in life, okay, sometimes, and make mistakes. Not saying that you are allowed to, as an adult now, I'm not saying that you are allowed to, that's why, intentionally hurt people when you know that you're doing something which is not really, you can say, uh, right, and which is not really something you will do if you were in that person's position. So that's all I'm saying. As a kid, see, you did not know what was going on around you. You obviously did not have that much kind of the ability to not the ability, I wouldn't say the ability. You just couldn't make sense of everything, okay, that's going on around you. Especially things like this doesn't make sense at all. Still, if that I'm grown up now as an adult, it doesn't make sense to me at all now. Doesn't. That's another thing, but yeah, bottom line is it's not about erasing, trying to erase that memory, or act like it never happened, but accepting that things have happened the way it did, okay, even if you did not deserve it, and it was not your fault. It's not your fault, okay? Please say that to yourself again and again inside your mind. It is not your fault. It is truly not your fault. And I 100% mean it. You're no longer the same person that you used to be. So it's time that you forgive yourself, okay? Forgive that other person, not to rise above them or rise above that situation or spiritually try to bypass that whole experience, because every person that has treated you like this had become a lesson in your life, obviously. A lesson to, protect your childlike, you can say, innocence, and not really let that thing die. People confuse between childlike and childish. When I say that you need to protect your, you can say, innocence, you need to protect your pureness of the heart, okay? You need to protect um, that inner child within you, and not let it, be disrespected or be hurt or be unheard or unseen. How do you do that? By speaking up, right? Loneliness is not about, you are really alone and no one is here with you in this whole world. It's not about that. Loneliness happens when you do not speak up about the things that truly matter to you, about the things that truly, bother you. That creates loneliness. That creates your feelings and your emotions and your inner child who is feeling all of those emotions to be unheard, misunderstood, hurt, okay, betrayed, because you are not communicating clearly about how you feel, and you are not, you know, putting those healthy boundaries that is now required to protect that childlike, you can say, good heart that you have, and that natural kind of innocence, and the way you do things that truly makes you feel more joy, just like you did when you were back as a kid, okay? So that's what I'm telling. And childish, whereas, is something when you know that you shouldn't have said something mean or completely rude, or something, you can say, teasing or criticizing someone, trying to put them down, disempower them, okay, hurt them intentionally. Now that is childish. Now that is what you know. Adults know what they're doing, okay? Kids, they don't know what they're doing. And that's why they, you can say, they can never lie to you. Kids don't lie. Kids can't lie, they are just honest. And that's all I needed as a child, honesty, okay, and accountability from people who have treated me this way and how their actions have made me feel. And instead of that accountability, instead of taking responsibility for their actions, what I got instead from my parents was ego, more hurt, more comparison, more trauma, more making me feel like I'm too sensitive and as if whatever they did was right. So that's what I'm saying is childish. Now, this is childish. When you do not want to confront the truth, okay? When you do not want to confront the truth of your actions that have hurt another person badly, badly. Even just a simple, you can say, there was a quote that I don't remember right now, but it was about like saying things like mean or hurtful things are so easy, but you don't know how deep. When you throw the stone in that water, you don't know how deep it's going to go and at what range and at what, you know, depth it's going to hit them, right? It's so easy to say things when you're angry that you do not mean, literally. So, learn to manage your own emotions, man. Why would I be the one teaching you or literally lecturing you about all this stuff? If you are not going to actively and know how to put them clearly instead of hurting or putting another person down and putting yourself on a place and that acts like on a pedestal or something like that, you don't become very powerful and secure within you by doing that. So please stop that, okay? I have seen so many people, adults especially, I'm not talking about children, please. Children, they don't know how to lie, okay? They don't know what is wrong or right, and that's why especially Michael Jackson also said this. I love kids because kids are the only ones who have never hurt me. They have never lied to me. Adults did. Adults lied to me. They have hurt me. They have sued me. They have given false allegations about me. Okay, made me. I don't know, so much like abusive comments, trash talking me, disrespecting me online, offline, everywhere. Okay, so yeah, that hurts. Okay, adults have hurt me. They have let me down. But children, they never did. They never got inside them. And when you are hurting them, you are actually not just hurting them, you're also hurting yourself. And by hurting yourself, you're hurting God. You're not really hurting that other. You're not really hurting that kid. You're actually doing to yourself. You're hurting yourself when you hurt others. So always know that, because this is a lesson that will stay with you forever. But when you hurt or say something that you do not mean, okay, always think twice before saying anything like that. Because when you say really like your, you can say that abusive kind of mentality comments and jokes, like that's really that, and you still say it anyways, especially to a kid, you're hurting yourself. You don't hate that person, you don't hate that kid, you actually hate yourself. And that's why you want to, you know, you want to torture them, you want to hurt them. It's because you want to punish yourself. And punishing or hurting yourself does not bring it, okay? None of that. Person who really loves themselves will not hurt other person and then where did I go from one message to another topic? Okay, it's been a long video. That's it for the message, okay? Please love, not love every person that is you. I mean, like, you are allowed to boundaries, okay? If someone has hurt you in the past, forgive yourself and for them. Do someone comes in the position where they're having to hurt or act hatred on you, just believe me, they need more love, they need more support, and they are really, really lonely. These are the people who are actually lonely because they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to, be there for themselves clearly. They don't know how to communicate their feelings clearly with respect. That's the most saddest and hurtful thing. And sometimes the people that have hurt me, I look at their lifestyle, I look at the way they live, the way they, talk about things. And that is enough punishment already. Like, I don't need to wish them revenge, like karma and all that, okay? The lifestyle that they're living is already like it's hell. So I don't want that. Okay, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. I'm happy with myself. I don't want your what you have. That's why I always pray for my enemies as well, because I'm like, God, if someone is ever so much jealous of me or hates me, please, please bless them with so much more happiness, so much more blessings and love that my happiness doesn't even matter to them anymore. My little, wins and achievements in life and my success or whatever happiness I have, it doesn't even matter to them anymore. So bless them so much more than you are blessing me. So they forget about me and leave me alone. Like, just leave me alone, bro. I don't want to fuck with you. I have no interest. Okay, that's the thing. That's where you need to protect this childlike energy, okay? Because the thing is, not everyone thinks or cares on loving and forgiving as you are. And not everyone deserves this kindness, love, forgiveness from you. So, when you know you are reaching a certain limit where your boundaries have been crossed by another person, you can also mute them. You don't have to block them, completely go no contact. You don't have to. You just have to pull all your energy and power back to yourself, back to your own dreams, your own goals, your own love and respect with yourself, and tend to your own garden. Focus on making your own garden and grass more greener, because the grass was never greener on that side or their side. The grass was greener where you were watering it. So the sooner you realize this, you will see the differences about who was really happy and who was really sad, okay, and who acted out of what place. Because someone, a happy person, okay, a person who is really happy with themselves, who's really together, loves themselves, is like satisfied and content with their own life, wouldn't feel the need to talk about you, trash talk you, or you can say, back bitch you, or backstab you, or hurt you by saying rude, immature, mean things. So, if someone is having to do that and take that route, it's very clear now. Like, who needs more prayer from God, Maybe send them back to the light. I always say this, like, God, I'm no longer. Whenever you want to cut cord with some person, but you can't because they are too deeply rooted with you, maybe they are your own family. You can't just, erase that whole thing. So I do this. I say in my mind, God, I'm no longer participating in this whole energy. I have learned my lesson. I have expressed how I feel. I have set my boundaries. I have applied this lesson the next time it showed up, okay, in different phase. So I have actually learned the lesson. Close the book, close the chapter, lock the, okay, lock it with the key, and throw it away, okay? Literally just throw it away like this. Just imagine you're doing it, okay? It might sound funny at first, but the more you train your brain and your mind to do this again and again, those thoughts, flashbacks of whoever has hurt you and it has deeply caused you pain comes up. Do this. No longer participating in this energy. Now you come read the chapter. I have closed the book. I have learned the lesson. I have applied that lesson's knowledge in my next experience, okay? So thank you. No, I don't want it anymore. I'm no longer participating in this energy. I'm sending them back to the light. I'm releasing them, okay? I'm releasing this person and sending them back to the light. So be it. Thank you. Bas ho gaya. One time you say this, keep doing it again and again. The thoughts come up, okay? As those thoughts, flashbacks come up, you do it. Within 7 days, I'm telling you, watch how healing and how better you feel. Watch how more peaceful, shanti, love, and respectful you feel, okay? So, yeah, life's actually good, I'm good with myself and with God. So, yeah, I don't need to really think about you anymore. I'm sorry. Life's actually good here, right here. I don't need to think about you and make myself feel more lonely and more painful, okay? So thank you. Bye bye. Yeah, bye.